Everyone lives, everyone dies. Everyone loves, everyone cries. Round the world we ride. So why is there war? Why do we fight? There's one sea, one sky, one earth. So you and I gotta learn to live together. When one hurts, when one needs, we all gotta learn to live together. Peace, make peace, make peace, peace. Alright, isn't it time for the start time? Isn't it time, mother, stop crying? Stop the fighting and the hate. We gotta make peace before it's too late. There's one sea, one sky, one earth. So you and I gotta learn to live together. When one hurts, when one needs, we all gotta learn to live together. Peace, in peace, in peace. Alright, everyone lives, everyone dies. Everyone loves, everyone cries. Round the world we're all alike. So why is there war? Why do we fight? There's one sea, one sky, one earth. So you and I gotta learn to live together. When one hurts, when one needs, we all gotta learn to live together. Peace, make peace, make peace, peace. Alright, isn't it time for the start time? Isn't it time, mother, stop crying? Stop the fighting and the hate. We gotta make peace before it's too late. There's one sea, one sky, one earth. So you and I gotta learn to live together. When one hurts, when one needs, we all gotta learn to live together. Peace, in peace, in peace. Alright, make peace, peace together. How you guys all doing tonight? Thank you for joining me in Between Two Worlds. And my show has been going on for well over 20 years.
long before this whole thing started. So I've been doing it for a long, long time. I've been doing this show, oh my God, since 2000, when it all began. And it went from there to a radio station at 2003. C5 1410 is where what station I came out of, worked out of. And then from there on, I was encouraged by a good friend of mine, the late Ariel Louise, who a lot of you people may know her, may not know her, but she was really good friends with Don and Doug Newsom, who actually is, and I give a big high shout out to you guys, BBS Radio, and they're good friends. And they were interested when they had me come be part of BBS Radio. That's where I decided to join them with. That's where it became internet radio. It's been going on for 21 years. So I've been around this for a long, long time. It's not something new for me. And I was with BBS for a little bit, but I decided to stretch my wings even further. And, you know, there's all, and they keep on wanting me to come back. They love to have me come back because, again, they enjoyed my wisdom and words of knowledge, I guess you say. Not everything's politics. You know, a lot of things is all to do with spiritual work, is what I was talking about earlier, long before this whole thing ever started. I mean, I still do to this day, a lot of spiritual knowledge. So there are a lot of people asking me questions, and thank you guys for joining me in the Facebook chat room as well as the YouTube chat room, because I'm also on YouTube. You can also find me Between Two Worlds. You'll see me on there as well. If you want to go to the chat room there, I'm more than welcome to see you there. You know, jump in there and say, hey, how are you? Here I am. Also, if you want to subscribe me and to let you, like, I can always let you know ahead of time when I'm going to be on, you know, that sort of thing. I'm on every Thursday night from 7 until 9 Pacific, 10 until midnight Eastern, and then you can figure all that time out after. There are some people that are actually watching this program from all over the world. Thank you guys also for participating. I've been noticing there's people from Australia, people from all over. I mean, I got a couple of cousins in Australia that moved there, and some are born there. Yeah, I'm enjoying it from all over the world, but I feel really bad for a lot of people in Australia that actually have been suffering terribly, because they are actually, their area before China, or sorry, after China, I mean, Wuhan itself actually got picked on. And then from there on, they start going after Australia. Hi, Wendy. She's up in Australia. Thank you for being part of this program. And so, you know, Wendy can always let you guys know if you ever want to know what's going on up there. I've been actually watching. She's been sending me some film. It's let's put it this way: the police there is like hell on earth. They don't care who they hurt. It's psychological and as well as physical. The protesters there are trying to get their rights to basically walk, to be outside, walk. I mean, that's basically what the whole thing is. Let's walk, let's be outdoors. And yeah, but you know what, Wendy, you would not want to be in China. It's worse there. So it's even worse. Like, the people there are, let's put it this way, in China, if they don't abide by the rules there, they take you to prison, and they that basically what I understand, they actually torture you to the point you finally come around, that you have to go through all the protocol that they expect you to, and it's militarized protocol. And you know, it's worse there than it is here. So yeah, I got friends that actually are from China, friends up in Japan. They're giving me information what's going on. A lot of people were taken away a few months back, tortured, and when they do return home, they're not the same. Some are not returning home. In fact, they're never seen again. You know, it's a really unknown there. I feel really bad because there's a lot of really innocent people in China that don't deserve to go through this, or any country, really. Watched a video about a doctor who was handing out how to say, a specific pill that was helping to help people. And this is the one that actually most people don't want you to even talk about, because they're saying that you can't do that. But I know. And so anyways, what happens is that the government sent the police over, and they beat the crap out of the doctor. And the doctor is a senior, he's 70 years of age, and they beat the crap out of him and dragged him out handcuffed behind his back over it. Like, and they really roughed the guy up, smashed his face into a door, and then they roughed him up really bad. And they're actually, other police officers got their tasers out and they're ready to shoot people. I mean, I think they were tasers, they were yellow. And like they're saying, get away from this man or you're going down too. Like, this is France, right? This is France. I mean, come on, give me a break. So, I mean, this ongoing, folks. This is not something that's just in the air, and mainstream media is not going to talk about it. They will never, ever share that story. They'll keep it really quiet. There has been, I will be sharing with you many, many things that are going on across the world that I do see and have seen. Other friends have been sending some stuff. I get my intel, so I've been getting that as well. I have a friend, I guess someone called me or left me a text message, and they said, Derrick, I need advice. The way they're saying it, my stupid son has had both jabs a month ago already, and his job said take it or get fired. And now he's sick as a dog. He went and got tested, and it was tested positive. Now he says, is there anything to help, and will the kombucha help? Well, the kombucha does help the gut. That means that's the pain in your gut. But again, the guys, the protocol is the vitamins, the D3, the normal stuff that most people are doing. Yeah, so now I'm not sure who called the number, so we'll see what happens. Now, the thing is that they're asking what's going to happen next. What can happen here to the son? Well, number one, the second shot is a sterilizer, and that is not a good one. I'm going to turn this volume on for the phone line, but I'm not going to open the phone lines yet. Because I want to share with you the stories first, but I will talk about this more. There we go. And match my calls, so then you guys can call in eventually. Let's see here. There we go. Let's try matching. So I have my other computer that can call me, or I also have is my, there we go. Good. There we go. That was going to work. So eventually I'll get you guys to call in. Mainstream media here, okay, Wendy's saying mainstream media here are showing very edited portions of what's happening, and I'm grateful, Derrick, when you made me start looking for independent reporters. Yeah. Number one, the most independent reporter right now is Rebel. Avi is one of the closest that you get a hold of regarding what's going up there. A lot of people see him. I remember the people at the beginning when people saw him as a as nobody, as a no one, and actually it was a group of people, Antifa, try to put a hate on him and saying that nobody trusts this guy, like he's just fake. Well, guess what? Avi is the only one that you can trust because he's the one that's right up front and he's the one that's showing you what's going on. So, yeah, it happens, guys. It goes on. It's going to go on forever and ever, but not forever, ever. Okay, let's play catch up here. As I said earlier, there are a lot of things happening right now that need to be looked at, and now someone actually sent me information regarding Newfoundland here in Canada on the East Coast. And they're saying that someone had bought the airport in Newfoundland, and now there's flights coming in and out 6 times a day, which is rare because Newfoundland doesn't get that many flights in, but these are very large planes as far as I understand it. And they're wanting to know who it is. Well, the person who actually shared this information is a retired federal politician who was in government in Canada, and he was aware of this. He was given the heads up on this already. He's known about everything that has been going on regarding the Big C since 2018. He was warned ahead of time what was going to happen. He left government because of that, because he didn't want to be part of it. So those who actually still stayed in and participated will be investigated. Whether you're on our side or not, you will still be checked out and see if you are wanting to support our side or not. Now, I will say this. Now, a lot of you may know Mr. T in Canada won the vote as the PM again. But the interesting part of it is the person who retired politics said that there is something fishy about it, that there's no way that he should have had a landslide because everybody was fighting against him. They were trying to stop him from actually being in the government. So there must be something going on, right? So basically, this is what's happening. We're still trying to figure out. Gee, it sounds to me it could be another California story, like they did in the States, which basically, CORRUPTION, that they played with the BALLOTS and got away with it. Because right now, you remember now too, folks, those machines are in Canada. Those were used for the other election in the USA. So I've got a very strong feeling that this is, and I mentioned this a long time ago before. I said, I'll bet you, and I mentioned this before, so many people, I'm going to make a prediction that if when this election was going to happen, I bet you, how much you going to bet? And this is my prediction. I bet you that he will play with that machine the same way as the last election. And guess what? Wait for it, folks, because it's going to be exposed and coming to the surface. I know it. That will come up. It'll be mentioned, and everyone's going to say, "Oh, I didn't know that." I knew it. I know it. I know it's going to happen. I know that he got away with it, or tried to get away with it, and he's going to get caught. Sorry, and the words are, did he fix the BALLOTS? And is it to remind you the same thing relates to California? So we shall see. I will say this: we shall see. And it's not going to be long from now from when this does come up. Yes, someone, like I said before, someone actually bought the airport in Newfoundland, and I'm just. Here's the crazy part: it's barricaded. No one is even allowed to come into Newfoundland. No one's even allowed to come anywhere near the airport. Why? Why is no one allowed to come to the airport in Newfoundland? Because, like I said before earlier, someone bought the airport, and it's a secret. They won't tell you who the persons are that bought the airport in Newfoundland. And they have it all barricaded off, but yet there's 6+ flights going out every day since then. Now, number one, anybody can phone in and say, okay, well, who bought the airport? But they're not telling you. Number two, why? What's so special about taking the airport in Newfoundland? That's way out of reach. Doesn't make any sense, right? So it'll be found out. If you guys are not sure about it, There are some people that I know, like I said, shared their story. I watched, observed it, and then again, there are more other people too on other locations. I mean, I actually go on Telegram. I work on Telegram. I have my page in there. It's called the True North Strong and Free. Also a page in Facebook, True North Strong and Free. You'll see the symbol of it. You'll see the symbol, which basically a bunch of little red people facing inwards like a circle. That's my symbol. That's what I use, and the big white rabbit. Gee, right? What else is there? Now, I would like to say something that I discovered. For consistently, the big F here and the big Y doesn't really want us to about certain words that relates to, because basically this is all done in algorithms. But graphene oxide is an interesting issue that is connected to masks as well, folks. When you get those blue masks, the ones you buy, those cheap paper ones, those are not really good ones. If you get those face diapers, you're breathing in the graphene oxide. It has actually been proven in there, and it's not good for your health. If anybody wants to be a mask wearer, then I recommend make a handmade one, but don't use the other paper ones, because they'll do more harm than good to your lungs. I'm serious. Okay. There's also what I've been sent here, I guess it's informed. There's the SM102 in it. There's thimerosal, mercury, bovine fetal tissue, microphosphate, formaldehyde, mRNA, spike proteins, and luciferase, and aborted fetal tissue. This is interesting. There's so many different varieties of things that are at play here, and I'm just curious. But apparently, it's part of the JAB. It's what's in it, and that's what is placed into it the first time, and then they'll add more into the second one. That's the reason why people are getting sick right now as we speak. So, the only way that you can do it, there's actually a person that I know that's on Telegram, on my page, who has knowledge that may give you guys a bit of a hand on it. So you can always email me, or you can always text me later on, and I can send it to you and have a look at it and listen to it. But this fellow here does the alternatives and knows his alternatives. That's what I want to share with you. So I'm sure it's going to help a whole lot. What else is there? Okay. So again, thank you guys for being part of the chat room. And yeah, I do psychic readings, and I'm a paranormal investigator. Been doing this for a long, long time. But I like to help a lot of people out in my work. And let's see here. I'll just do that right now. Set that aside. There we go. Because I don't want to make too much noise and bleeps and squeaks. And I have two running at the same time. This is part of my receiver. And then I got my speaker. Make it simple in the studio, right? Yes. And anyways, there have been a lot of people out there right now that are still fighting for the rights. I remember Bonnie Henry is still trying to place what you call the threat of telling people that if you don't get the jab, that you're not going to have a job, or if you don't get the jab, then you can't go into any buildings, that sort of thing, no matter where it is in British Columbia here, or whether it's in Canada, no matter who's saying these things. Now, I knew all about this a long time ago, that she was going to say these words. They'll come to the point that they're going to try and make you feel like as if you can't go places. Well, number one, folks, I'll give you the advice in the end. I'll give you some really surprising, great, good news. Hey, Travis, how you doing, my friend? Alberta, everyone say hello to Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba. I got Australia, New York. Oh my God, there's lots of people in here. That's good. I'm glad. Um, let's see. Let's get going here before I forget, because there's so many things I want to say to you guys. It's exciting. It's an exciting night. Um, there are, again, Dr. Bonnie mentioned her. She's the health authority leader. Again, I don't trust, because her face has changed. If you guys know what I'm talking about, it's not who you think she is. And they're trying to play you head games wise, because there was actually a group of people up in Ontario that went into the mall, went into the food court, did their live, and the security would not let them into the food floor to eat their meal. They bought their food in the food floor, but they were not allowed to eat outside the food floor, but they can eat in the food floor. But they had to show them that you had to have a passport. They said, no, they don't carry a passport, never will. They walked right past security. Security said, you can't do that. And they said, watch us. So they went in, sat down. They had their papers, all the documentation of the Canadian Charter of Rights, plus the Nuremberg Code, all there on the table, being prepared and ready, okay, prepared and ready for any more issues. And that's exactly what they did. They went ahead and did that, right? And what happened was the security, from one security officer to two to four. Then they tried to intimidate them at the table, and then they said, look, here, da 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 da, in the papers, in your face, right? And then from there on, then they decided to call, or the security called the police. Over comes the police. And it's, like I said, you can have a look, folks. But the police come over and they showed them the rights, the charter. And the police could not interfere. They could not say anything. And even the police officers say, well, I'm just doing my job. No, you're not. Your job is not to tell you to leave because you weren't vaxxed. Your job is not to tell you that you cannot be in a restaurant or any location if you're not carrying papers. We're not going back to Germany. We're not going back to Second World War. That's exactly what your government is doing. All of our governments are doing. They're trying to make us feel that we have to hide and intimidate. And the threat is, if you don't do this, you can't have a job. Well, number one, anybody who's got a job and your bosses tell you if you don't get the jab that you don't have a job, it's illegal. It's illegal. They cannot do that to you, because if they say this, they themselves can be arrested for crimes against humanity. They are supporting the deep state. Okay? They don't want to be part of this, but they think this is what they have to do, because they think they have to, but they don't have to. So this is what, people are, and then they'll use the word mandatory. Okay? Number one, nothing is mandatory. When you have a word mandatory, is not a law. Mandatory is not a law. Okay? Mandatory is just advising you to. We advise, like, more like saying, well, it's mandatory. Mandatory what? Well, because I want you to wear a mask, or I want you to wear this, I want you to do that. It's mandatory. Well, whose rights are that? No one is above the law except the courts. The government is, as long as that the Constitution is set in play, it protects us, not the police, not the government. It doesn't protect them. It protects you, all of you. That mandatory means nothing. When Dr. Bonnie turns around and says, oh, I'm not going to tolerate this anymore. You're going to learn a lesson because I said so. She's not the queen, and she's not a leader. She's a mouthpiece, folks. Think about it. She's getting paid $1.4 million to be a mouthpiece. Oh, I bet you didn't know that, did you? She's getting paid that much money to be a mouthpiece. She can sit back and relax and enjoy not wearing her face diaper and go to a hockey game and sign, oh, I'm a hero here. Give me your, okay, I'll sign your little booklet. That's what she's doing. She knows that. But guess what? It's not going to last long. I know it's not. Right? Michelle. Okay, Michelle, when is this madness ain't going to end? I'm ready to go off grid. A lot of people actually have gone off grid. For the only ones that I know have already gone off grid too. When will this be over? I would say look forward to the beginning of October. But I'll also say be prepared for at least the 10 days DARNESS. Okay. Now, I've been saying this for a long time, but again, there's a reason why it has been delayed so often, because it was not supposed to, but because there are so many bad people out there that are trying to mess with the citizens of the world. They got detained because there's more people that are corrupt that had to be taken care of and taken out of the way. So it's almost done. And I will be honest with you guys, but the way I'm seeing it, I've noticed the energy shifting. It's so positive now. And yet, if you allow yourself to get caught up in their negative, that's because you let it. Please understand, my wife and I are not, and I will say, not V'd. I never will be. Okay? I never will be. Because, and oh yeah, Bonnie, I said a couple months back, I said, how much would I bet that she's going to turn around and say the ones that are unvaxxed are going to be the ones that are the carriers, and then we're going to be blamed for it. I said that a couple months back on my show. And guess what? She started saying it a few weeks ago. She goes, well, you realize all the ones that are unvaxxed are the ones that are actually giving the people. That's the reason why they're in the hospitals. No, it's not. It's what's in your arm that was put there. It's what's in this thing in your arm that made you sick. Because you gave permission, believing that they're doing something good for you. The government never has done anything good for you. Never. Well, number one, Maddie did not have to do it. That's illegal, folks. Right? I hope she didn't get it. It is illegal. It is illegal. You're no company. Now, don't forget too, the ICBC is a corporation. It's a corporation, and they work for not a government. The corporation works for the Rothschilds, and the Rothschilds are the ones are doing the depopulation syndrome with Bill Gates, with Dr. Fauci. They're the ones that invented all this crap. Okay, the Rockefellers, the Bilderbergs, they're all in this. George Soros, they're all in this, and Mr. T in Canada. He's all part of it too, and he knows. Why do you think he bought all the radio stations? He bought CBC and CBS. He owns them. Let's put it this way: how come Rebel News is not allowed to be on the same location with the rest of the media? Because they tell the truth. The rest of the media does not, because Mr. T pays them millions of dollars to lie to you, all of you. Every media station, whether it's radio or television. I work with a radio station, but I would never lie to you. But there are so many people that are so misled believing, and there's people that that work in our station that are willing to even argue with me that I'm wrong. And you know what? Sorry. You can be mad at me and yell at me and say you don't want to be part, but guess what? You'll find out. You will find out because I do my research. Deep research. I don't tend to take my elderly age to be on my arm and then I'm going to be gone before you know it. If I can't take care of myself, I don't need some other jerk off trying to put something in me and tell me, well, this will do you good because I said so. That's exactly what they're doing. They've been brainwashing you guys for 19 months. Think about it. Almost 2 years, and you're still believing this garbage. Have you guys figured this out? The C itself, if you look up in your medical health books, there's actually one back in 1984 or 1989. There's a medical health book, and it says coronavirus. There's a list. It says cold flu. That's it. But they're making it because they put the word V on it. They made it look legal. They're saying, oh, let's make this word bigger than it is. So we made it legal. Oh, if it did, you'd be bleeding out of every parts of your body and you'd be dead by now. Those vaccines would never be helping you at all, period. You wouldn't be making it. It'd be like the Ebola or the Black Plague. Every part of every industry of history of testing the people, the public, for years, whether it's US, Canada, you name it. They've been testing everybody by the millions because they have fun. They are making money off your body. And then they manufacture you. Then you're used as a food product. From the baby, from birth, all the way to your age. Bet you didn't know that. It's true. I can share more of that for you and find out which restaurants that are corporate that are using us as a food product. What I think about what's happening in Australia looks terrifying. Yeah. I got a cousin that lives in Australia. The news I get up there, I mean, the guys, I fully support the guys that are actually protesting their darndest. I mean, the police backed off for a while. Now the police are in armor, right? Complete armor. And what I understand, I'm not sure if it's Australia yet, but now the military's out. And the military now are grabbing people off the street in Australia. In France, as well as Belgium, the police were being vicious and sadistic to the public, to the citizens, and the military helped the citizens, and they're fighting the police. There's two shields, two confrontations. This is so funny. The military comes in, they're helping the people. Next thing you know, there's a police officers and their shields. There's a military right here, and there's a clash between two groups. That was so freaking cool within your own country. They're just, it looked like your typical game, from a TV or from a game show. Just, oh, here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Clash. You all fall down, go boom. All right. The USA is ready to follow Australia when they decide it's time. Well, straight up, folks, you'll just have to. I'm not going to use the word bite the bullet. You're going to have to just wait it out until October. And I will say this, and then here's what I'm going to point out. Pardon me. they're pointing out the same that says 10 days of darkness, and I'll show you what it is on this particular screen. But this is it right here. Now, on this day in 1582, October the 5th never happened. October the 5th, 2011, which is 06 a.m., by finding Dulcinea staff on October the 5th, 1582, much of Europe replaced the Julian calendar the 10 days after October. This is the creation of the Gregorian calendar, right? If you look at the calendar carefully, okay, between the Gregorian and the Julian calendar, you'll see the dates. For example, October the 4th, 1582 was the 4th on the Thursday. In the other year was the 15th on the 50. Like there's nothing happening between the 5th and the 14th. Why? That's your calendars that got separated, but they're coming together as one like this. Okay? That's what's happening right now. This is what's happening. And the thing is that I'm looking forward to seeing all this happen. And I'm getting a lot of support and hope, and people sending me messages, say, Derrick, is this time? Is this time? I'm praying. I'm not going to use the word hope. I'm praying, and I duly wish that sooner or later this is over, because you can only do so much until there's insanity. I mean, there is insanity right now, but you only do so much until there really is all insanity, right? So Michelle says, I made it. So happy I can tune in. Thank you for all of it, Michelle. Oh, hey, good. I got some of my good friends. Sorry. Some good friends up in Laughlin and Las Vegas, Nevada. So they're all in the chat room. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. Thing is that what I will say too regarding all of this, like I said, the most exciting news is this. There are some people that you may think that have passed away, or were told through the generations of years that they passed away, and yet they're not. They went into protective custody, PC. There was a certain person that rescued them, and I'm not going to say what location, but I will say that they were rescued to basically to protect them and their family. Okay. So I want to let you guys know some of the people and some of the stories that you may not understand, but I'm going to bring this up. Everyone knows Mr. Trump, right? Mr. President Trump. His father is General George Patton, and Benito Mussolini were the sons of Thomas, Todd, Lincoln, and brothers. Again, President Trump's father, George Patton, General George Patton, and Benito Mussolini were the sons of Thomas, Todd, Lincoln, and brothers. Now, I wanted to share that with you, but also people that are alive that you think that are gone. There's a certain group of people that I wanted to share with you tonight. I was so excited when I saw this that was shared, but I'm not going to go into that one yet. I forgot one more thing I want to bring up. Yes. Okay. Recently, or more often, you'll start seeing a lot of these people doing videos of people that are in their beds and they're sickly and they're saying, oh, this person has COVID, and oh, they're dying, oh, and the person responds in the bed, hospital bed, oh, I wish I had you guys, you should do this, right? Found out later they got exposed. All these hospitals got exposed. These are called crisis actors. They're all actors. They got caught. Even in Surrey, British Columbia, they got caught because I've got the map of their hospital, which basically is one of the main floors that's used to do the filming, to what you call crisis actors. And they have these beds to look like as if they're in the hospital and they're actually suffering, and they tell their story about their role. These crisis actors that I've seen this video, and you got to have a look at this, folks. This is interesting. They're basically in New South Wales, and the doctor exposed and arranging this message in the hospital. And then I decided to do research. I found out later that, again, like I said, I have the floor plan here that someone sent to me. Why was the floor plan sent to me in the Surrey Memorial Hospital? That means there's a floor plan in every hospital all across every part of the world, large hospitals, and these floor plans are used for one thing and one thing only: to basically make you believe that you have to get the jab, that these people are dying. Think about it. They're called crisis actors. Same with some of the people that are actually protesting on the streets. When they say all these people that are protesting, they want to do peaceful protests, and there's always a few guys out there that will try to make themselves look like they're going to beat up the cops and start throwing a fire at them or whatever kind of object and trying to create trouble or hit somebody. We found out later those guys that are doing all the hitting and attacking were either Antifa, undercover, pretending to be us, or police officers undercover. Police officers undercover. They're told to do this. Or even the FBI. Why? Why are they doing this? Because they still want us not to get along, and it also makes the mainstream media, the MSM, make them look good as if we are the bad guys. Think about it. When we say we want to do a peaceful protest, we don't grab sticks and start hitting people with them. We never did. But they keep on making people believe that we're violent. We're not violent. The same thing with a friend of mine who went to a Polish Catholic church, who wanted a public apology. What happened to the children that went missing? They were unmarked graves, and she wanted a public apology from that Catholic priest because he put his little video up there on his YouTube page, spoken in Polish, saying that none of this ever existed, that we made it all up, our people. They're saying it's not true. So she confronted him about it, and when she entered, he had a whole bunch of bodyguards drag her out and throw her out, and she's an elder. Threw her out, not walked her out, threw her out. And they got away with it. She could have pressed charges easily, but they're turning around saying that she was doing the Indian role by attacking with weapons. Really? No, this happened in Edmonton, Alberta, at a Polish Catholic church a few weeks back. And I interviewed her on my other show, and we talked about it. You know, and she's not mad at everybody that's part of it, just the group that's just particular priests. Now, this priests that denied all this stuff, that none of the missing children ever went missing, none of the kids were ever buried in unmarked graves. He played the role of denying it all. Now he disappeared. They can't find him. He's hidden away somewhere. They don't want anybody to find him because now he knows he's in trouble for what he has done and said. Yeah, suddenly he's hiding. See what happens what Catholic priests do? You never, ever confront our people and tell us that it's all in our mind, that we're making it up or we're lying. And he also said, these are his words, there were nothing but a bunch of drunks and drug users. Those were his words. And the people that were there were standing with him. They don't know nothing. Not at all. And yet, they'll go out there and celebrate their Polish day or Polish celebration of their history and set up in a park somewhere. And there's lots of people there. But when our people wanted to set up a teepee on the other side of the park, The city wouldn't let them put up a teepee. They said, oh, you can't do it. You got to get a permit. A teepee? No. You don't have to have a permit to put up a teepee, folks. Not whatsoever. It's called unceded land. But if you believe that, I'll give you an igloo. I'm not going to go to Alaska to get it either. I mean, think about it. It's ridiculous. So again, like I said before earlier, these crisis actors, watch carefully. If you're going to see some of this filming on TV or any in the new mainstream media, these people are saying their words, oh, you better get it. They're all crisis actors because these crisis actors got caught walking in the street, and they pretend that they're somebody else until they got confronted about it. One person recognized that one particular actor and caught him lying. And they asked him, all they asked him was, how much you got paid for this? Yeah, they asked him how much you got paid for it. A lot of money. They paid him a lot of money, which most common actors don't get. But again, pay attention, folks. It's for real. Okay, let's get back to first responders. I want to thank you very much, first responders, all the ambulance drivers, the fire department, even the police. Those are decided not to work. They refuse to not have the you-know-what in their arm. And they're standing out and protesting. They start out in Calgary. Now it's happening all over the world. It's beginning. Even the truckers have striking. They're in Australia. The truckers are doing their strikes. And now there's politicians that are giving the truckers heck for even striking. They're saying, you're preventing the people to go to work. How dare you? No, we're not. You put us out of work. How dare you? See what I mean? But those politicians can afford telling you those words because they're making $250,000 a year. They're mouthpieces. That's all they do. They're just nothing but mouthpieces. And so they try to use the food shortage. Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, they try to use the idea of food shortage. By Bill Gates, he actually offered to pay 5 times the money value of the land of a lot of these farmers all across the world, and said, I'll pay you 5 times the money if you shut down and burn all your crops. Because they wanted to create a food shortage. There's a lot of farmers out there that have a conscience. They didn't want to do that. Why do you think a lot of the East Indians, South Asians, they're actually protesting every day on the street saying no food, no farmers, no food? Because they're farmers themselves, and they cannot sell their food because Bill Gates said so. He controls the food product. He controls what's coming in. I bought a vegetable. I bought an acorn, different kinds of vegetables. And it was kind of strange where this came from, because when I cut it open, the tips of my fingers, when I touched the insides out, the tips of my fingers are actually freezing. I'm not freezing, but they went numb. They went numb. I couldn't feel the tips of my fingers. Find out later, they're spraying these, and even though this is placed in the organic section, they're still spraying them, or they're radiating them before we get them. Or they use, what I'm being told, they're using peroxide. And they're peroxiding these, so as soon as you get these things wet, it starts to making tips your fingers turn white. You're not supposed to use peroxide on any vegetable or fruit. But they're going that far to having to harm you inside out. Watch carefully. And I tell people, wash your food thoroughly. Thoroughly. Because I'm telling you, they're trying to make everything they can. They want to make everything they can to discourage you from actually enjoying your meals, your food. I don't trust every company. I don't trust all the companies that actually manufacture, even if they say they're organic. I've seen organic berry farms wearing hazmat suits, driving by, wearing hazmat suits, and they're fully goggled up, and they're spraying the fields, the blueberries. And they're saying this is an organic farm. Why are you wearing a hazmat suit? A double dual tank in the back of your shoulder, and you're all over your blueberries. They say, oh, these are fresh. Here, eat these. Doesn't it make you suspiciously think that there's something wrong here if that guy's wearing a hazmat suit? And why is he spraying the berries? He doesn't have to. Well, I found out later, they use that spray to make your berries grow twice as large. And that's made by Bill Gates' business, genetically modified sprays. Yeah. That's what they do. They make him grow larger. Then you wonder why your food tastes different. It has no taste to it. It loses its taste. I remember when I was a kid growing up, you have a strawberry, raspberry, you know how it tasted. It was like, oh, it's there. Every piece of fruit, a vegetable had its own taste. You buy these foods today, no taste. They look like the food. They're making these one set of apples. They're making these one set of apples brand new and genetically modified apple. They're called crisps or some sort of Alaskan, wherever have you. You can cut it all up perfectly. Take the skin off, cut it all up, lay it on the table, and you can leave it there for a month. It won't age. It won't turn brown. And why are you eating it? Does that tell you something? Think about it. We are being genetically modified, folks, and you guys don't realize it. Why do you think the job is all about? It's genetically modifying you. And it's not a good thing. They want to zombify you to the point where you can't think for yourself. You are brain dead. They'll keep on adding more and more and more. Third pill, fourth pill, 5 pills, 6 pill, to the point is 30 some odd pills. Why? Doctors have been doing this for so long. If they can't figure what the situation is, what do? They prescribe you. When they prescribe you, they make $25,000 per prescription. And when they make that prescription, most of the time, it's always antidepressants to stop you from crying the blues or even thinking. Yes. Wendy says, my three-year-old grandson had an ice cream he didn't finish next day. It still hadn't melted. Of course it won't, because it's got a preservative in it. Folks, here's what it's got. These are some of the items that are in there. You may not read my writing very well, but look. Okay, I'm going to do it this way with my camera. Now read it and freeze it if you have to. Those are some of the things that are inside of it. Okay, in your foods. Then you wonder why. You wonder why people can't breathe, why people have allergies to foods. I've had people say, oh, I can't eat peanut butter because of the peanuts. Oh, I can't eat bananas because of the bananas. I can't eat this. I can't eat that. Why can't you eat it? Tell me why. Think about it. Because it's preserved. They're making preservatives, and they've been doing it for a long, long time. They've been preserving all of us everywhere. As soon as I put my writing on the camera, it blurred my face on YouTube. That's so funny. Okay, guys, go back to normal. Yeah, and like Gail says, grow your own food, folks. If you have to, please start your own garden. You know, I've got an apple tree in my backyard. I got blueberries in my backyard. I grow strawberries, raspberries, blueberries. Next year, I'm going to start getting into doing my vegetable garden. I mean, I was vegetable gardening when I was a kid growing up on the farm. We all have to get back to doing it again. That's just the way it works. Okay, before I get started doing readings, I'm going to share with you those that are still alive today. Okay, even though people are believing that they had died or told that they died, but they had to go into protective custody and to save their life. Okay, so now I did say to you guys, you may not know, you may not remember, but I did say there's well over 900 people that are famous that actually went into hiding through the last, say, 75 years, 60 to 75 years, had to go into hiding because it's to protect their family and themselves. And a lot of people are praising Elvis Presley for hiding a lot of people because he was pretty well one of the first people that had to make before him, had to make a decision to hide out or hide away, because Elvis also himself too also worked with the undercover. He actually wasn't just a singer. Same with Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn wasn't just having. You folks are thinking that Marilyn Monroe was actually having an affair with John F. Kennedy. She was placed there for a reason as undercover, and I'm not talking about in the bed. Okay, because I've seen her credentials. I've seen Elvis's credentials, right? And both of them, folks, are still alive. They're still alive, and they'll be coming to the surface when Trump is reinaugurated as the 19th president of the new Republic of the United States. And that's going to come up quite soon. Okay. So, as I mentioned before, remember Johnny Cash supposedly is supposed to have passed away. He didn't. Now, I remember June Carter Cash, and I thought to myself, well, if Johnny Cash was supposed to have passed away, and then they said Johnny Cash is alive, and I thought, okay, June Carter Cash was supposed to pass away before him, and then I thought to myself, I bet you she's still alive. And guess what, folks? Confirmation, she's still alive. Both those two are together again, still living. So both of them have been at Trump's presentation in different locations. They've been standing right in the crowd. I got pictures, them being named of who they are, where they're at. I'm going like, yes. So you'll be seeing this soon, folks. Corey Monteith, Johnny Lewis, Freddie Prinze. If you guys remember Freddie Prinze, and there was what was that? Somebody and the Man, right? That was a TV series. Oh my God, Something in the Man. And Freddie Prinze played in the TV series, and he became so famous that he had to go into hiding because, again, the deep state was after him. They wanted him to join a satanic organization. That's why he said, nah, I'm out of here. John Bonham, the drummer, is still alive. Janny Lane. And let's see here. Thurman Munson still alive. Ricky Hendrick is still alive. Davey Ellison, Alan Kulwicki, Corey Little. Yeah, Chico and the Man. Thank you, Karen. Let's see. Dan Brown, Sev Ballesteros, Payne Stewart, and Neil Bennett. And here's the kicker. Are you ready for this, guys? You ready for this? This is the biggest one. I am so happy that he's still alive. But his daughter has been so busy being so involved in the political things, working with Trump. You remember Candace Owens? Okay, Candace Owens has been out there doing her thing all over the world and promoting, helping people, let them know what's going on across the world. She's really a wonderful person. And I looked at her and I thought, how come she's so strong and so powerful? Who is she related to that makes her so strong? She is the daughter of Martin Luther King. The daughter of Martin Luther King. And then I found out, guess who's still alive? Martin Luther King. He didn't die. He's coming out too. Mr. I Had a Dream. He will be there with Trump I'm waiting for that day to happen. I'm so happy. Like, yes. Like I said, folks, there's over 900 people that had to go into hiding. Michael Jackson, Elvis, Prince, Janis Joplin, they're all coming out. They're all coming out. And you'll see them all. People you thought they're gone. I had a good long talk with a good friend of mine that he was always involved in rock and roll music and the history of it. A good friend of ours, our Gary Patterson, who passed away, who was actually one of the major historians about rock and roll and the paranormal. And I said to Stephen, I said, you know, if our Gary Patterson was live today, he'd be go like, what the, are you kidding me? Right? So, yeah, that's how it all works. So, folks. So, anyways, Robin Williams, yes, he's alive. He's very much alive. He never died. He's still in hiding. He never had the in his brain. He got smart and left until it was time to come back. Yeah, Robin Williams is still alive. I've got a lot of people's names in my list here. Let's see here. I'll give you guys just a few, and then we'll get started on readings. Let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. Now, I will say this too. Also, graphene oxide is used to make parts, lattice of carbon atoms in computers, controlling your nervous system. So that basically that's what's in your first shot, by the way. It goes in your brain, neuroelectronics, used to build electronics interfaces, biomarkers, and which basically called them nanobytes. And what the government had planned on doing is basically implanting false memories, which basically tells like you're like a zombie. Oh, yes, my Telegram message was William and Harry. You guys know the Queen or the Princess Diane. William and Harry were, when they were young, they were switched out with the real William and is Donald Trump's and Diana's son. Harry is James Hewitt and Diana's son. Diana had an affair with James when she was married to Charles, whom could not perform in the bedroom because Charles is gay. Donald Trump, Diana had a daughter, Sarah, and Barron Trump is the son of Diana. And by the way, Princess Diana is still alive because Trump and her have been lovers for many years. JFK Jr. and Caroline have 5 children. So, and he's alive with his wife as well. Let's see here. Make this quick. Yeah. Okay. We got. See if you guys remember. If you guys know these people's names, these are people that are still alive that had not passed away. Yes, Barron Trump actually is Diana's son, and Diana's not dead, by the way. Diana's very much alive. In fact, she is wearing the mask of Melania. She is with Trump all the time. Oh, there's so much it's going to blow you guys away. Absolutely. I mean, you're going to go like, yeah, you're crazy. Well, you'll find out. It's all going to be shared in the future. Coming up this year, somehow. Then by the end of this year. Tim Russert from NBC News is alive. Chadwick Boseman, those who've actually played Black Panther, he's, as far as I understand, he's still alive. He faked his death as cancer. Patrick Swayze still alive. Davey Allison from NASCAR. Dale Earnhardt from NASCAR still alive. Chester from Linkin Park is alive. Mac Miller is a rapper. Kim McLagan, which is from the British Model, she's alive. Let's see here. We got Antonin Scalia, he's a judge and he's still alive. Tony Snow he used to work for Bush. He's still alive. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Edie Gourmet. I'm sure you may remember her. Dick Clark. Remember, he was well known in music. Dick Clark. He's a host of the shows. Lynn Anderson, still alive, country music. Mindy McCready, Marty Feldman, and Annette Funicello. She did a lot of working for Disney. Joe Cocker, the Bee Gees. All the Bee Gees are still alive, by the way. They're not gone. Keith Moon, David Bowie. You'll be seeing him. Patty Duke. You'll be seeing her. Donna Summer. Remember her? Paul Newman. Yes, Newman's own is still alive, the actor. Mickey Mantle, was Marilyn Monroe's husband at one time, and he's still alive. Frank Zappa and Caleb Logan, and let's see, Grace Kelly, she became the princess or Grace Kelly. She was a actress, then became in royalty. Brad Lowell. Let's see here. Janis Joplin is alive, folks. Yeah, you'll be hearing about her in the next little while. Chris Farley, Tom Petty, Amy Winehouse, Jean-Benet Ramsey, Dana Plato, Chris Benoit, the wrestler, he's still alive. Cappy is still alive. Heath Ledger is still alive. Let's see. David Carradine, Britney Spears. She's supposed to be somehow connected. You'll find out. That's kind of a interesting one. Anna Nicole Smith is alive, and Bill Bixby. Shirley Temple still living, and this is my favorite. Bruce Lee is still alive. He didn't die. Freddie Mercury. Yes, folks, they made a movie about Freddie Mercury, and he's still alive. Carolyn Bessette, which actually is JFK Jr.'s wife. Kurt Cobain is still alive. Dennis Wilson, Charlie Daniels, Hank Williams Sr., the one from the very beginning. He did not die. Buddy Holly is still alive. The Big Bopper is still alive. James Dean is still alive. John Bonham, again before, Peter Jennings, Ultimate Warrior, Roddy Piper, and Chyna. Those three wrestlers are still living. Okay. Let's see. You're asking about Kurt Cobain. Yeah, he's still alive. You asked about, let's see, somebody asked about, let's have a look here. Mike. There we go. Okay. Paul Walker, yes, he's alive. Johnny Cash, Whitney Houston, and her daughter are alive. They did not die. Patsy Cline is still alive. Natalie Wood is still alive. And they did say there are over 900 in witness protection, actresses hiding, and also Elizabeth Montgomery from Bewitched. She's alive. And it's possible Debbie Reynolds and her daughter are still living. Because it was suddenly after her daughter died, and then suddenly Debbie died. Like, okay, it doesn't make any sense. Corey Haim is still alive. Let's see. Philip Seymour Hoffman, Johnny Lewis, Selena, Michael Landon from A Little House on the Prairie, okay. Jackie Kennedy is still alive. This is John Kennedy's wife. She's still living. Trace Atkins, Ron Van Zant, Dale Eckert. He's David Cannery from Bonanza, Alan Collins, Leonard, of which he was with the band Lynyrd Skynyrd. Dean O'Connor, Nirvana. Let's see, Corey Feldman, Kenny Rogers, Glenn Campbell's possible, Laura Branigan, the singer. River Phoenix, he's still alive. River Phoenix is still alive. Penny Marshall is still alive. Erin Moran, the girl that from Johnny Loves Chachi. Chris Cornell, singer from Soundgarden, he's still alive. Anthony Bourdain is still alive. Davy Jones from the Monkees, Kate Spade, Bill Paxton, Teresa Saldana, Dan Blocker from Bonanza, Ricky Hendrick, which is actually one of the twins of the NASCAR, still alive. Paula Yates, a country singer. Phil Hartman is still alive. Mike Starr, which is from the band Alice in Chains. Rick Rude, another wrestler. Andre the Giant is still alive. Julian Assange. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's talk about Julian Assange. Now, Julian Assange, and you may not know or do know, but Julian Assange actually is the son of Marilyn Monroe and Elvis Presley. Yes, Marilyn Monroe did get pregnant. She did have a baby. Her son is Julian Assange. He's the one who owns WikiLeaks, folks. So you'll be hearing more about that too. Sonny Bono is still alive. And this is kind of Jim Morrison, which is from the band, Actually, Jim Morrison has been he's been under your nose for the longest time, folks. Heather Rourke, Tupac Shakur is still alive. Michael Jackson, John McAfee, Robin Williams, I said, Paul Walker, Prince, Joan Rivers, and Steve Irwin from Australia is still living. Okay, and that's what we have so far, and there's a few more. So, yeah, Muhammad Ali, don't know yet. We'll find out soon. They are not telling us everything. They feed you just enough people that they want to promote that will come through. Now, here's how it works, folks. I've been noticing this a lot. Anytime somebody's actually promoting someone on YouTube for, I would say, the last year, when they promote their shows or TV shows or movies on YouTube a lot, it gets you thinking, okay, if they're on YouTube a lot, that means they're making a return because they want you to remember them. That's what it is. They introduce them to you again, see some of the repeats of them. Those people will say, oh, I remember that person. But if they didn't play the Bewitched TV series continuously through Facebook, or whether not Facebook, but through YouTube or any other TV sites, a lot of people say, well, I don't know who Elizabeth Montgomery is. So even though she's famous from her father, right? Famous actor, and then to her, I think she's 3 generations. But the fact is that she faked her death of having cancer because they wanted her, the deep state, the satanic group, wanted her to join, and she refused. And so they told her if she didn't do it, and so she had to fake her death. That's what a lot of actors and actresses have done. And basically, I'll let you guys know, Hollywood is done. Hollywood is finished. Anybody says I want to become an actress and work in Hollywood. Hollywood actually has got a very bad reputation. The people that controlled Hollywood were the ones that have been corruptly destroying people's lives, and you'll be hearing all about that in the near future. So I just wanted to share that with you, just to give you guys some, Keith, I know you're in the chat room and I've been seeing you there, and I know you're worried about what's going to happen next, but I'm just telling you, this is all going to work out fine. You just have to stop worrying. This is going to ride itself through. We are doing well, but I do recommend you guys, if you can try to prevent yourself from actually having the jab, don't do it, because it's not going to do any good. It's going to do major medical damage to you. Just avoid it. And if anybody tries to challenge you, just start using the Charter Rights and Freedoms and the Nuremberg Code. They'll back off and leave you alone. Because let's put it this way. I talk to people about this. People already had 2 jabs done. Now they're saying that what they're told beginning, that if you take 2 jabs, that will prevent you from, getting sick. Now they're saying that the health authorities are saying, well, we're wrong. It didn't really help you to prevent you from getting sick, but thank you for actually volunteering the jab in your arm. Meantime, now they're turning around and saying, oh, well, it's our fault, the ones that are not vaxxed, that we're the ones giving it to them. We're not. We never have, never will. That's just the way it is. We don't. Why would we want to pass off something? We're not carriers, never have been carriers. If I was a carrier, I'd be killing everybody. And we're not carriers. Anybody that's unvaxxed is smart. Anybody that's unvaxxed because they learn not to listen to a freaking stupid government. Right? Now, if you want to go ahead, that's up to you. If you feel that you have to obey, submit, wear your mask, fine. Submit, go ahead, submit. Be like a dog. Submit. You know, I'm not mad at the world. I'm mad at the people that did it to us. Really, I'm mad at the people because we don't deserve this. We are human beings. We're not just human beings. We're people that are born in this world. God gave us lungs to breathe. God gave us a breath of life. God gave us a breath of life. Satan gave us the mask of death. Think about it. What would you want? So, anyways, we're going to carry on, and I'm willing to take calls in now, folks. If you guys want to call in and ask questions, or if you want to get a reading, you're more than welcome to ask a question to find out what's going on. My phone number on we're on Skype. I have so many things I'd like to share with you guys, but there's certain things I can't say right now because they're saying, no, not yet. So 360-566-2875. You see the number on the screen. Bring that back up again. Let's see. There we go. Oh, of course. You gotta. Facebook is playing a little game with me right now. They're saying, you can't do that. Why? So here's what I'll do. I fix you. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, you guys have my number there. There he is. Came in right there. Okay, great. So I'm there. 360-566-2875. Give me a screen. Let me know if you guys want to ask a question. Call in. Love to hear from you. That's what I do. I'm going to take about 2-minute break and be right back, guys. I'm going to throw a song in. Don't leave me. I'll be right back, okay?
Everyone lives, everyone dies. Everyone loves, everyone cries. Round the world we're all alike. So why is there war? Why do we fight? There's one sea, one sky, one earth. So you and I gotta learn to live together. When one hurts, when one needs, we all gotta learn to live together. Peace, make peace, make peace, peace. Alright. Isn't it time for to stop dying? Isn't it time mother stop crying? Stop the fighting and the hate. We gotta make peace before it's too late. There's one sea, one sky, one earth. So you and I gotta learn to live together. When one hurts, when one needs, we all bleed, we'll all bleed.
Okay, I'm back. Hang on, do it again. There we go. Got her.
It's me.
Hey, me. How's it going, me?
Hey. Just busy. I'm always in a state of catch-up. I can't figure out if the exhaustion is from galactic energy or if they're just hitting us with frequencies. What do you think about that?
Well, basically what happens is that we're always going to get hit because, there's like I always tell people, we call it the cabal or the deep state. They have a tendency, to see if they can do whatever they can do as much damage as possible until the end. And there's just which I guess you say, just dribbles of them still out there once in a while, just hiding away in these little cubby holes. So the thing is that anybody who is a white lighter, people that are, high in spirit, like you and I, we're always going to get hit with it at times. And then we just have to be aware of it. And we just have to shoot it back and say, it's not mine. They don't need, they basically need to back off. And that's exactly what happens. They'll leave us alone. So it's just a matter of time. Yeah. It's not going to take long. I will say this, but I noticed that the weather or the skies or just the air we breathe is way better than it was for all these years that I've actually lived, so to speak, or live. I walk outside, I can breathe the air, which is, normally people would always say, a lot of people would actually be using their ventilators or little, sprays to breathe, but now they're not having as much difficulty. They're not using their sprays as much as they used to. So because we're getting fresher air, we're not getting that real crap that's shooting into the sky.
Well, what do you see with that La Palma? If you've seen that volcano by the Canary Islands, I've been watching that for probably 25 years. I don't know if anything's going to happen. I can't tell. What do you test with that?
Well, that one actually has an underground city in there. I can tell you that. And there was as far as I understand it, if I remember, this is the one. La Palma actually had an underground DUMS, deep underground military base under the volcano. So, but it's not everything is made by man. So a lot of it actually is controlled by the extraterrestrials that are not so good people. So again, because there's no way that anybody can actually go that deep way underground under an active volcano and survive there. And the only ones that can do that probably are the extraterrestrials, because they have found bases as deep as 800 feet below sea level. So that's a lot. And yet people say, there's no way we can handle 800 feet below sea level. Well, we do have machinery, but you're not supposed to know about it yet. They have these machines that go underground just as much as you go into space, but you're not supposed to know about that yet because they don't want to tell you, because the deep state did not want you to know. But all that was taken away from the deep state. Now the good guys, the white hats, are the ones that are actually taking care of it. So it's just a matter of just waiting.
That's true. I met a man that actually worked on building the deep underground bases for the military. He was in the army in Greenland. Wow. He was close to 80. He said that he was built. I don't know. I just sit with people and this kind of stuff comes up, just like with you. Mm-hmm. And it was at a friend of ours' father's funeral. Yeah. And I was seated next to these people, and he just wanted to tell me, you know what? And then subsequently, Trump started saying we should buy Greenland. Maybe the U.S. should own Greenland.
We should buy Greenland.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember him saying that. Oh, I should buy Greenland.
So I guess that's...
It's like saying, let's focus on that property.
I don't know. I just thought I'd call I just thought I'd call in and check on you. And I don't know if I have any questions. Maybe you could tell me if you see anything. I feel calm, but I think we're in for a roller coaster. But is there anything you see I should be looking out for?
Let's see. What does Michelle have to look out for? Let's see here. Anything?
Yeah.
Just men.
Yeah, well, I don't pay as much to them.
Yeah. As far
that's
as
true. That's really all you see is just men. Is that really? That's it. That's easy.
That's a joke. That was a joke, my girl.
Okay.
Yeah. I would anything on the negative side really causing you. They're saying no, not really. That was going to be harming you. So it's like you're just what you're dealing with right now is what's called residual negative that's just placed out there that we still have to tangle with until it's over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have been thinking about my father who passed, oh my God, 29 longer. How many years ago? Yeah, 29 years ago. Is he around, or am I just?
Or was that was just yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, actually.
Feels like only yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if her dad's around. The first thing I want to say that your dad is showing me is like a very beautiful sun. Like it shows me the sunlight or the sunset, or the sunrise. It's like he's got his hands out, his arms out, like he's just doing this. But he's just under the sun, and he's like got his hands up, and the sun is over, like it's just above him. But he's radiating the sun towards you, like he's just saying, like, this is for you. And the reason why he's doing this because he wanted to do this because knowingly that you're in the healing field more often now than ever before, that he's showing me, I guess to say, absorb the sun more now when the second one appears. The second sun will appear.
You know, I was just listening to somebody that was talking about a black sun coming, and I know there's some people trying to say Trump's part of the black sun. I personally don't buy that. But,
No.
There's another planet that's binary attached to the sun, and this guy who I thought I resonated with. So that's why they turned off the observatories, astronomy. Sorry, I mixed up astronomy observatories, because they're seeing spheres, and people are seeing and videotaping all these spheres appearing like a binary to our galaxy. Interesting.
Yeah.
So there's a second sun coming. Maybe it's that one. Interesting.
Well, basically, originally what I'm being told that the sun, there's two suns. We have two suns on this earth, but that sun has been behind the other sun. All this time we've been looking at it as like one, thinking it's only one sun. Then apparently I was about a month or so ago, the sun shifted and the second sun appeared in the sky next to it. From a distance, it looked like it maybe is about 1.5 inches away in our distance. Like in the photograph, for example, it's about 1.5 inches away from each other, but that would be hundreds of miles. But it actually was two suns in the sky, and then it swung back in behind that sun when the first one in the front actually positioned itself in front of the small sun. So we do actually, by most people don't know, we actually have two suns on this world. And the thing is that they kept on talking about they looking forward to seeing the second sun, and everybody believes the second sun actually is Christ, but it represents the Christ sun, right? The second sun will appear, and the second sun is actually in from the stars to the sky, or the skies to the stars. So you'll be seeing that sun come out and appear again, and that's supposed to happen probably October, November, late October, beginning of November.
Well, that's very right. Well, thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
Does he have anything else to say before I lose you? Because I never get you because I'm working my tail off.
Yeah, I noticed your tail fell off.
It does. It's like my tail is sore. Not kidding.
How's your foot?
My foot is it's healing up. I've got a really ugly scar, but you know what? I feel like it's a battle wound, and I'm kind of proud of it.
Yeah, well, that's kicking men's asses, I guess. Is that what it is?
Or
you can make that into a battle scar.
Hopefully. Oh, look, we lost somebody. Is it me? Okay. Anyway.
No, I'm here. I see you. I hear you.
Okay.
Yeah. As far as your dad, anything else come from him? He wants to say hello to your mom, by the way. So he's got a big wave to her. And there's and he also says he's got the dog with him. So he's got a dog with him.
Okay.
Does that make sense? There's a dog.
I know which one. Yeah, Malachi.
Okay.
He probably has Malachi with him. That's good. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
That's cool. You know what? I just want to ask you one more thing. I'm being a hog.
That's okay.
The Western and the Vedic astrologers are both seeing war at the end of the year. And when I tune into that, I feel that it is Australia. And if there are foreign troops, Asian foreign troops, CCP troops, I feel that will be such a catalyst for the continent of North America and Europe that would you look at that? Is that actually going to happen, or is it going to be something else that is not even anything we can consider? I say the stars of war are lining up now. It could be that we go after the cabal.
I would say this is not this is not what you call a physical war. This is a war of taking remaining of what's left of the people that have done harm. Because what I'm seeing right now, I ask if there's going to be a physical war, like a world war, and the Spirit says no, there's not going to be any world war. We're part of a world war, which is a germ. We are in the middle of a germ warfare. We are in a World War III, and so that's why it's called world domination. This is what they wanted to do. Instead of using firearms, they're using poisons. Okay. And they're shoving it at people's arms. And that's basically what it is. This is called the germ warfare.
Yeah, the metaphysical way, it's you need consent on some level for some of this. I mean, I don't believe that's all the way. I mean, people get attacked without consent, but there's something that they're gaining energy through people consenting to the vaccine.
Yeah.
Some weird, I haven't quite figured it out, but there's something to this.
I will say this: anything that happens to people in the end, like I said, I get people to email me if you really want help. Even if you did get double jabbed, there is a way that you can actually fix that problem. Because I got some information from my intel and says that there is a way that you can actually take care of that to eliminate it. So it's just that it was never shared in public yet, because if they told me there was one to help others, then people would have kept on going and jabbing themselves, just because they'll say, well, okay, I'll just recover from this because they said they'll have this thing for it. And I go like, no, the better, the sooner. I tell people, the lesser you allow them to go after you, the better you are.
You can take that. Go ahead and take that. So, bye. Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
You go ahead and take that.
What's that? No, I'm good.
Somebody's calling in.
Yeah, well, you're on Skype too, my dear.
Oh, I'm on Skype. Okay, sir.
Yeah, you're on Skype too. It's just that
I thought somebody else was calling in, and I didn't want to be the only one.
No.
take enough time. I should pop off in case somebody else wants on. But
no, I'm
thank
just
you
letting
so
everyone
much.
know.
Want to catch up with you? I'll be in touch. Thank you so much.
Okay, chat with you later.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Okay. Now the last caller we had was let's see here, area code 803. So if area code 803 wants to call in, you're more than welcome to. Yes. She says can't chat. We can hear you. I'm glad you can hear me. Okay. 360-566-2875. We can actually help you guys. You want to get a reading, more than welcome to ask a question. Love to hear from you. There's a lot of cool things happening now here. Area code 864. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, Derrick?
Yes. Who am I speaking to?
Oh, long time no speak. My name is Richard, Derrick.
Oh, okay. When's the last time I talked?
We have spoken.
Go ahead, sir.
Excuse me? Okay. Derrick, my question, sir, is my wife had passed away back in 2015. I only got in contact with her once ever since. And I'm wondering, Derrick, how she is doing.
Who is it that you say you want to talk to?
My wife.
Your wife. Okay. What's your wife's first name?
Yes. Annette.
Annette. Let's see here. I can do for you, sir. Is Annette around? Richard, he is here. Okay, I will say this. This is what I'm seeing here. You have, she's actually in the, are you in the kitchen?
I'm in the living room.
Your living room. I'm seeing her standing at the door of the kitchen, from the kitchen into the living room. I'm seeing her standing there. She's actually there right now.
Okay.
Okay.
I was feeling her today. I was feeling her more than ever.
Yes. Yeah. She's there specifically to let you know that she's okay. You have a tendency of thinking that she's not around, but she is. You talked about her a lot. You've been seeing her in dreams. They're showing me that she says she was seeing you. Every time you're taking a right turn look, you swore that was her there looking at you. And
that's correct.
She's part of your peripheral view. She's actually there letting you know that she's there. She's also says that she's actually, there is an old photograph of her and you in the living room. And it looks like to me, it's either a high board or like it's a side table, but the picture of both you and her in a small picture. The picture I would say is about maybe 8 inches in diameter. Does that make sense at all?
Yes.
Okay. She's pointing out to the photograph because I'm remote viewing your house. She's pointing out to the photograph and basically saying, I'm here. Honey, sweetheart, I'm here. And so she's with you and around you. She's also saying you are trying to deal with your sadness. Like you're beginning to feel like, now I really feel alone. But she's trying to let you know that you should not have to be alone, because she wants you to still be around for the rest of the family. And she still comes to you. Do you ever get that feeling when you're laying in bed, you swear that she's actually cuddling you from behind?
I do. Okay. I've been sleeping on the couch ever since.
Yes.
She passed away. But there are nights, Derrick, that when I'm just going to sleep, I can feel her presence. Okay.
Yes.
Another thing I should tell you is that I too am a psychic medium.
Yes.
Okay. But I haven't been practicing or I hadn't been practicing for a while. Okay.
Yeah.
And there's times I do feel it. Yes, I felt the presence all day. Believe me, all day.
Yeah. The way I'm seeing her, like she's really focusing in the living room. That's what she's doing right now. She's around you in the living rooms. That's why probably it's why I'm bringing up the living room and the kitchen, because you're, like you said, you're sleeping in the living room on the couch, more on the bed. Right. So that's why she's focusing on that in the room itself. But she really wants you to really get your real rest. You know, here's the crazy part. Anybody who works in the field like you and I, we're thinking to ourselves, well, you know, it won't happen to us. We're okay. But once we lose our partner, I mean, I'm waiting for God to keep on keeping my wife alive. But as long as we have our partner, we are acting normal. But once we lose our partner, we're just as human as everybody else. We feel lonely. We don't want to use our bed. You want to sleep on the couch. And almost every man that I've spoken to that had lost their spouse are all sleeping on the couch. What she's pointing out is she wants you to get out of your lull, L-U-L, get out of your lull and start living.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Okay. Because she needs you to carry on. Okay. What she wants you to do, she wants you to carry on what you did before. Like me, whatever you're doing, do it. Get your butt out there and let people get to know that you're still around. Right. What motivates the public, what motivates the people is when you're in a building or you're doing your presentation and you're saying, you know, yes, I lost my partner, but I already know that she's here, but she's helping me. You know, like now your wife gets to help you from the other side and give you a little more of a oomph, go, you know, like, okay, well, so-and-so is here and I can tell it because my wife is here. Your wife will start giving you symbols and signals of what's going on. Right. And, I'm not sure if this makes sense, but did somebody have a nickname Mouse?
Mouse?
Yeah, M-O-U-S-E. What's that? Or unless it's a situation that your wife dealt with, or somebody had the nickname Mouse, M-O-U-S-E. Not a moose.
No, not that I can recall. No.
Okay, you will meet up with someone. They'll have a nickname Mouse. Okay. It's a small person, but when that person, I'm not saying a short person as in dwarf type, just a regular person, that person just takes a name, call themselves Mouse. But I think it's a male. But when you meet this person, he will be significantly important to you because he's going to be helping you in your spiritualist presentations.
Oh, okay.
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 So, and this is where, and that's where your wife is going to be showing you, helping you from the other side. She's actually going to be coming to you in dreams, because when you make the intentions, you're going to be starting helping the rest of the world again, back on your feet and get motivated. She is going to be helping you again because she doesn't want you have lots to keep on going with. You're not done. You've just put yourself into a place that you feel that you can't get out of. And like I said, we're still being human. We do lose a partner, and we love them dearly. They're part of us. They're part of our hip, or part of our rib, so to speak. And but your wife, her humor, and you are still going. You both, you two are going to still do well.
Okay.
Yeah, and the thing is that what I would seriously consider, if you haven't done it yet, start sitting down, start writing your book, and telling your story of the things that you've done before in the past. And use those stories with acknowledging your wife in it. And those people are going to start. Go ahead.
She plays a big role, Derrick. She started her own paranormal investigation. We had an investigation team. Wow, I want to say back in 2007. Up until maybe 2010.
Yes.
2011 when I got sick, because I got really sick, you know.
Yeah.
So we had to stop. But she played a big role in my life. I cannot deny that.
Yeah. Where are you living now? What area are you living now?
Oh, I live in North Carolina.
Okay. Yeah, get yourself known out there again, or not just known out there, just refresh yourself and get yourself out there and say, hey, I'm back. Ta-da.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And it's like I strongly feel that once you get your book started, I mean, it'll be more than one book that you do write, but once you get yourself out there and to be heard and seen, and those books are going to help you rebuild your self. I'm not going to say credibility, because you're already credibility. Just rebuild yourself back out there, that the rest of the world is falling asleep, but you actually help people to wake up.
Right.
Because there are other people like you that lost partners, and a lot of them will say, well, you don't always like to have loss of loved one. You say, yes, I did lose my wife. But again, you're giving them acknowledgement, saying that they're still there. They're still with you. They haven't left you. Physically, yes, but spiritually, or even their presence, or either etheric presence, is still around.
Okay.
Yeah. That'll help you a whole lot.
Okay, my brother. I want to thank you so much, Derrick.
You're most welcome. Let me know how it all turns out.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye. I haven't heard from him in years. Holy crow. I haven't heard Richard's voice in a long, long time. Must be, oh my God, 20 years. You lose contact with people that are in the field. I mean, I remember Richard years and years ago. People have been in the field for such a long time, you forget them after. Or you not really forget them, but you forget that they're around. You don't know. Myself, I was the last couple of years, I think I've lost approximately about maybe a good half dozen friends that are psychic that had passed away, or those in the healing field just simply passed. Not the COVID. None of them actually died of COVID. They're all natural passings. Some are heart, some are just simple loss of life, or just aged out. Yeah, you can call in from a regular phone. Just use your phone and call this number, 360-566-2875. You can do that, no problem. Anybody can call in from any phone number. That's my number, 360-566-2875. Yeah, you can call in. Ask anything you want to ask about, question. Yeah, because my good friend Reverend Barb Leonard, Ray, to this day, I Ray Helm, I miss the guy greatly. He was like another brother. Ray, he was told by the doctor that he had Alzheimer's, or beginning of Alzheimer's, and I guess Ray took it hard, and he ended up shooting himself. But I was so mad at him after he died, and going like, Ray, you son of a, you should have talked to me first about this, because I felt I thought I could help him, but again, So area code 780. Hello.
Hello, Derrick.
Hello.
Hi there. This is Vicky.
Hi, Vicky. How's it going?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I was just wondering if you have any. I have a couple questions in mind, but I just want to see if you have any messages for me from anybody that's in the spirit world.
Anything for you? But you're special.
Yeah.
I got a man here that's passed away. He tells me he's almost like a father figure. Is that your dad?
My dad is still living.
Okay, but this has got to be your grandfather then, because I've been shown here that he's passed away, but he's related to your father's side of the family. He's an older guy. He's
my,
that older man. He shows me a rifle. It means he goes hunting all the time. He shows me hunting. He actually had horses, because he shows me horses. 1, 2, 3, 4 horses. You rode them. He says you rode the horse when you were a kid.
Don't remember that. Maybe my Mushum Albert.
Okay, so your Mushum Albert passed?
Yes.
Okay. Did he have 4 horses?
He has, not that I remember, but I know he had cows and stuff. He may have had horses.
Yeah, he says you rode him. You rode a horse. And he shows me 4 horses, mind you. But he shows me I see a scene. Like, I'm actually looking at a scene from a scene. But he shows me a horse, and you're on the back of the horse. You're like he's making me look as about maybe 3 or 4-ish.
Oh, wow.
And there should be a photograph of you sitting on that horse. There's a saddle on the horse. It's not bareback.
Oh, wow.
So somebody got a photograph of that, of you being on his horse. Yeah.
Okay.
But he wants you asking you if you can actually let the family know that he's okay. Right? That he's fine.
Okay.
Because there are people starting to talk about him, or have been talking about him. And I think it's your mom, but somebody's saying they're talking about him and saying like, oh, I wonder how he's doing these days, or that sort of thing. Like, they're curious, like what happens after.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
But someone showed me a funeral that someone just passed away. I'm seeing a coffin. So somebody just showed me a funeral. So that means that this is a new one. I don't know who this person is, but it relates to you. That's someone that you knew quite well. Who would that be? It shows me a man in the coffin. It is a male. He just passed. I'm not sure if he's related to you, but I'm shown here that he says he's there. I can see his face. He drums. He hand drums.
That's recent?
Yeah. Well, he's making it look as if it's just yesterday. But he shows me, like, I'm in the building. I'm in it looks like in a small arena. I mean, I'm seeing him in a coffin. Like, it's a large empty room, but there's people sitting in chairs, and then there's a coffin, and he's there. He's in it.
Wow, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know who that could be.
Okay. Now, you may not know, but maybe it's for somebody else that does know. I'm also being shown here a boy that's passed away, a young boy. You didn't lose kids, did you?
I've lost, yes.
Yes, you lost your son?
I've lost, I had 2 pregnancies that I've lost.
Yeah, this one here is a repeat. Like it's the same son. So, how many did you have? Like you said, you had 2 pregnancies and lost these 2?
Yeah.
I would say that this is the same son. Like, he came back the first time, he came back the second time, tried to be brought into this world.
Mm-hmm.
What he's saying to me to tell you that you need to forgive yourself for how the situation turned out, that it's not your fault. Does that make sense at all? Because he's saying you're still carrying the guilt.
Yeah.
He says you're still carrying the guilt. Allowing yourself to think that you can't, that you are still feeling that leftover memory of fear, leftover memory of what if. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. You say you have a question.
Yeah. I guess it's, I don't know if it's a silly question, but if there's any spouse or man coming into my life.
Oh, relationship.
Yeah.
Let's see here. As long as you're locked down, you'll never find somebody. Okay. Let's see. New boyfriends. She has someone new coming up in October, November, December. Oh, you're gonna meet someone in December, 2021. Yeah, you'll meet someone. You'll get to know. You'll get into a relationship by the time December comes around. That's when winter. That's if by December you get into a relationship. That's probably the right season when you'll be bringing the guy into your home and you'll keep him warm, and then until spring he'll take off.
He's gonna take off.
No, that was a joke. Normally we have some really funky jokes. Our jokes are like when the winters begin to happen, the men start gathering around the women. They want to be housed, and when the spring comes around, the men leave. Yeah.
Yeah. Is this a new one or one
This
returning?
is a repeat one. So there's someone that I see here that you're still not over with. This is more like an undone relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess, is there anything from my mother's side that has passed?
Anything or anyone?
Anyone, sorry.
Yeah, there you go. I never heard of anything in the background going, "Oh, hi, it's Thing." You remember me? I'm Thing.
Yeah, anyone.
Or what's his face? There's Thing and what's his face. Yeah. Your mom's side. You have 2 Kookums here in spirit.
Okay.
On your mom's side, is your Kookum passed?
Yes.
Okay, but you also have the other ones passed as well?
I have a few passed, but I don't know which one.
Well, either your mother, father, like your dad's mom, had she passed?
My dad's mom is also passed, yes.
Okay, that's your 2 Kookums. They're both gone. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Both your Kookums are gone. They're actually both here together, and they're actually letting you know that they're around you. Now, one of them actually are saying that they actually have the baby with them, or the child with them. So that means that there's someone that you know, and it's one of your siblings' children that had passed. Your Kookum has that little boy in her arms.
None of my siblings have kids.
There's a little boy in her arms, and he looks like he's about 4 or 5 years of age. Now, doesn't mean that he may have passed away already. It means that probably he's going to be prepared to be born in this world, right? But she's with him now. So that means that in time, either you or someone else is going to have another child. And that will happen 2022 February. That will begin the beginning of February 2022. To carry again. Someone's going to be pregnant in the family. With child.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, with child.
That would only be my children. My siblings don't have kids.
How old are your kids?
21, 17, and 13.
Yeah. Well, the 21-year-old, there's someone's going to be pregnant beginning of February. If they don't want to be pregnant, make sure they're aware of it. To be careful. Because your Kukum is showing me the little boy, and it's like this little boy. I mean, was there someone by the name of Johnny or John in your family?
My would be Japan. My
your great grandmother,
great grandfather.
Yeah, or great grandfather. Okay, Japan. Yeah. Because it shows me there's a John or Johnny, because it shows me to be junior or senior. So that means when that child's born, you will carry the name of John or Johnny.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll be influencing your child to have that Johnny name.
Yeah.
Just like you're hinting the kids. But don't hurry up to have the kids, but just that name. Keep it in mind.
That's true.
Okay. Yeah, keep it in mind.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
Say hi to everybody for me.
I will.
Take care. Okay. Well, guys, I want to thank you guys for being part of my program, Between Two Worlds, and I will carry on with my work. Let's see here. Who's this? HSP Conscious Revealer. Okay, I'm going to pause that for a second. HSP Conscious Revealer. Okay. Keith, there's no orb. Who is next in the room? What's your solar rivers? Yeah, right. Hang on. You'll be hearing all about that in the future. Keith, Avatar is changing. It's over the halfway mark. Now it's little celebs. Yep. Okay, guys, I want to thank you guys for being part of my show Between Two Worlds, and I know I would like to stay on longer, but I can't. I got an appointment with another client, so I really appreciate your opportunity for me to have you guys on my program, and we'll look forward to having you guys on next week. I'm back on here next Thursday. Now, if you guys if you're actually interested in wanting to get a full-time with me, go on to my website, whiteskycloud.com. That's whiteskycloud.com. And if you want to find more information regarding what I'm also doing, I also have Facebook. If you haven't had me as a friend, put me on Facebook. I'm fine. Make me friend of Facebook if you haven't yet, where I'm holding the alien in my arms, the baby alien. I'm getting more people to focus on that particular page than my other one. Also, I'm also on Telegram, and you can find me on Telegram as well. My page is find my name, join up on Telegram. I also have two pages that I'm running to help called True North, Strong and Free. True North, Strong and Free. You'll see all the information. If you want to find me and to find more things about me or what I do, whiteskycloud@yahoo.com. If you want to make an appointment, like I said, email me, or you can call my number and see what happens from there. What's the Telegram page? It's actually called my name, Derrick Whiteskycloud. Whiteskycloud, all one word. Derrick, Derrick. Or you can look for my other page called the True North Strong, and it has abbreviation of and free. It's in capital letters. That's my room, and you'll see a picture of me on it. Join up, and we'll see what we can do from there. But if you have any questions regarding alternative health, go in there. Email me. I'll let you guys help you guys out. So anyways, guys, I really appreciate you a great deal. May God be with you all. And we'll talk to you guys next week, because it's getting close. Next week is the 30th of September. Okay. The 30th. And as the beginning of the 1st of October, very possible, the 10 days of darkness. So be prepared for that. Start preparing, save your water, cash, Don't expect internet or the power and the telephone that may not be working for the next 3 or 4 days after that, but be prepared for that. And then we'll talk to you guys sometime later on. But stay tuned. Between Two Worlds will always carry on. Take care, guys. Love you lots.
Together,
because there's lots to talk about.
Everyone lives, everyone dies. Everyone loves, everyone cries. Round the world we're all alike. So why is there war? Why do we fight? There's one sea, one tide, one earth. So you and I gotta learn to live together. When one hurts, when one needs, we all gotta learn to live together. Peace, make peace, make peace, peace. Alright. Isn't it time? Wanna stop dying? Isn't it time? Mother, stop crying.